All present.
Slides already sent in the
Email. Please check. Please check. Go and check. One by one check.
Yes.
And download on the screen easy. Sir, already.
Afi.
Yeah, it's okay. List of participants. Yeah, let me try to get how much more is here.
你看我今天穿这么今天把我冻死了。但我们上次也买了一个香皂，微波的一个长袖，这个是可以是啥？VIO啊，知道吗？我觉得是。其实这是职业装，这边订单会上那天我在那个，你记得是
सोचेल ना
叫啥来着？一个狗，是狗牌，叫什么哈？报个词，不知道，一个狗，反正啊对，就是大沙皮狗，细狗，你看细狗。忘了，就是一个，不知道啥牌子，然后我那个是什么？俊见到我也说这个，我也穿这个，不知道是什么，一模一样。然后他就说去马来西亚买便宜的。而且这一张全部都是
1 minute presentation and 2 minutes to show. In 5 minutes you can.
你敲完，我看敲一下吧。现在你要去高考，高考要付个钱敲完。你没有发现我下面黑色的？我昨天不是黑色。我跟你说，我们收行李，然后不敢找出来的那两大件，那我带着火车，往箱子里塞，放不下，然后吧。其实也别塞我箱子，我自己箱子我东西还买个行李。我转移了您的电脑是不是得背着？报应这样的话，能否？你只要不放在那个车单里。 这个东西奥利什么鸭的，我已经提出来给咱们那个临时做那个图形。你不是应该给你们后来讲的感觉。Academics. Presentation.
Very good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
All is good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, be relaxed, huh? Okay, my name is Selva. I'm the town manager today. Okay, I want to introduce our chairpersons. Okay. Dr. Nirmala Rao, the research coordinator, associate professor, Department of Nursing Science, Faculty of Medicine, University of Life. And one more our chairperson, Dr. Idris, Arewala Ahmad, Faculty of Applied Science, Lincoln University College, Malaysia. Okay. Welcome the chairpersons. So now the first presenter will be the Mia Resisting. Okay, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. My name is Mia Restiana. I will present with the title Family Social Support in Schizophrenia Patient Systematic Literature. Mental health affects a person in living their life. When the person experience problem and cannot adapt to the situation, then they will experience mental disorder. And people who experience mental disorder need social support from their family to improve their health. Mental health is a condition where an individual is physically, mentally, spiritual, and socially, so that the individual is aware of his ability, can overcome pressure, can work productively, and can contribute to his community. Mental is deeply influenced by the coping measures processed by the individual himself. If an individual coping measures are lacking, then the person cannot adapt to a situation, so they will give maladaptive response. Ranging from a psychosocial problem to mental disorder. Mental disorder are maladaptive response to stressor from the internal or external environment, and evident by thoughts, feelings, and behavior that are not in accordance with local normal and interfere with social, work, or physical function, or mental disorder, or disorder characterized by inability to assess reality or for insight. Factors that cause mental disorder are biological, psychological, and socio-cultural. These causes give rise to mental, emotional, spiritual, cognitive, affective, and psychomotor problems which have an impact on the social system. Mentally disordered patients experience decreased inability to communicate, inability to assess reality or hallucination, unnatural affect, strength, behavior, false belief, they cannot be corrected, cognitive impairment, and experience difficult carrying out daily activities. Prevalence of mental disorder according to in the world in 2019 like people or 970 million people worldwide live with mental disorder. Weight and anxiety disorder and depression being the most common. In 2020, the number of people living with ICHAS disorder and depression increased significantly due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2019, 301 million, 4.1% people were living with ICHAS disorder, include 58 million children and adolescents. 280 million, 4% people were living with depression, include 23 million children and adolescents. 40 million, 0.5% people had bipolar disorder, and 24 million people, 0.3%, people worldwide have schizophrenia. In 2019, prevalence schizophrenia was around 24 million people, 0, I'm sorry, 0.3%, or 1 in 300 people. While in Indonesia, the prevalence of schizophrenia suffer increased from 1, 1.7 to 6.7. Schizophrenia is characterized by significant disturbance in perception and change in behavior. Symptoms include persistent delusion, hallucination, disorganized thinking, grossly disorganized behavior, or extreme agitation. People with schizophrenia experience continuous difficulty in their cognitive function, resulting in withdrawal from
Can you
society,
conclude your presentation, please?
decreased ability of work due to loss interest and good. One on the factor that increase mental health problem is social support. Recent object describe the family support for schizophrenia. Methodology, the research design using a systematic literature review using Prisma with lectures. Result, family social support define a burden, satisfaction, ability, resilience, social support, individual social function, level of perception, risk of recurrent and intervention social support. Conclusion, family social support is very important in treatment schizophrenia patients.
Okay, thank you very much for the beautiful presentation. So we'll entertain one question from the audience. Any question? Any question from the audience? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
This because we have a lot of visitors, so please stick to 5 minutes for your presentation and then there will be Q&A from the audience. Thank you very much. So the next presenter will be
The Moon Sahara.
on Sahara Pavilion. So the title of our presentation is Evaluation of Total Phenol, Flavonoids, Antioxidant Activity, and ECMS of ethanol extract of Moringa oleifera olives.
am Shara Patni, Master of Pharmaceutical Scientists. Today the aim of this of my presentation is evolution of total phenol flavonoids and oxidant activity and usefulness of phenol extractive. Background. Plants that produce constituents mostly as secondary metabolites having medicinal values called medicinal plants. These constituents differ from plant to plant with medicinal therapeutics used in treatment of human and animal diseases, including pain relief, convulsion, and cardiovascular diseases. Moringa auricular belongs to the family Moringaceae, commonly known as the Pharmaceutical Scientists, which has extensively been grown and utilized for variety of purposes across the province. While the plant part has aqueous and non-aqueous supplementing to bioactive components called phytochemicals, found that the leaves extract of contain phenols, saponins, steroid, alkaloids, flavonoids, and tannins. Moringa contains secondary metabolites such as flavonoids, polyphenols, and carotenoids can be antioxidant. Apart from having antioxidant activity, moringa leaves are reported to have antibacterial and antifungal activities. In this study, chemical screening tests determined the total phenol content, total flavonoids, and determined the antioxidant activity of moringa leaves. Ethanol extract was carried out using the DBPH method and evaluate the gas chromatography mass spectrometry method. This research was carried out experimentally in the laboratory of the Beta Pharmacy Lincoln University College. With the stages of molecular mix or washed and dried at room temperature to dry. After drying, the sample was masked by blending to form a powder. In molecular powder, phytochemical screening carried out determined the content of the secondary metabolites, including alkaloids, saponin, flavonoid, tannin, phenolic, carotenoids. This is the extraction and isolation with ultrasonication is derived. Extraction of molecular is done using ultrasonic bath. This has fixed frequency of 35 kHz and power intensity 160 watt. 5 gram sample is mixed with 200 ml 70% ethanol, and this ratio was 1:40 gram per ml. And the different temperature 34 to 50 degrees Celsius and the time was 10, 20 and 30 minutes for each temperature. The spray drying was done according to the method described. The fluid nodule this has two fluid nodules, 0.5 ml, and the spray dry was adjusted to the flowing condition. Carry speed exhaust 400 meter per second, liquid flow rate 485 ml per hour, which has two compressor at 2 bars, and the temperature of the inlet was 120, 140 and 160 degrees Celsius. Finally, the dried sample was packed and stored in a basic photograph for further analysis. Determination of total phenol. A 5 gram extract was dissolved in methanol using 5 ml volumetric flask, then add 0.1 ml test solution, then add with 2.5 ml distilled water, also add with 0.5 ml choline cyclohexane, then I start for 15 minutes. After that, add 2 ml of 7.5% sodium carbonate and incubated in 30 minutes. The absorbance of measured using UV visible spectrophotometer, and the wavelength was 765 nanometer, and which was and the gallic acid was used at standard, and the result were expressed as equivalent to gallic acid in 100 gram of extract. Determination of phenolphthalein 0.01 gram ethanol extra diluted methanol using 10 ml volumetric flask, and added with 3 ml methanol, then 0.2 ml aluminum chloride, and also added with 0.2 sodium acid on molar, and also add distilled water, then homogeneous 10 ml. Then incubated in 30 minutes at a plant room. And then the absorbance was measured at UV visible spectrophotometer. The wavelength was 432.5 nanometer, and the QVC was then standard. And the result are expressed to call it equivalent to test with a dignitaries method, 0.1 ml solution was prepared by waiting 400 milligram dignitaries.
Please complete your presentation. Thank you very much.
The present study shows that the methanol extract of molecular leaf possess phytochemicals such as alkaloid, terpenoids, saponins, phenol, and glycoside. And total phenol results at 62.56 plus 0.72 milligram DA per gram extract. And the total flavonoid here 0.477 plus 0.22 milligram DA per extract. And polychlorifol extract shows the moderate antioxidant ability with acidity value was 180.615 milligram per and 20 major compounds were detected from the ethanol extract molecular by DCMS and those compounds possess various potential health benefits and can be considered as a source of various both by human and different animals. Thank you for your concentration.
Thank you, Ms. Hara, for the presentation. Now we open the floor for any questions. Yes, there is one question. Please proceed.
How much quantity?
How much quantity of phenol flavonoid? Just the quantity of flavonoid was determined by the ethanol extract of moringa leaf. Yeah, the total phenol of content was 6.2.56 plus 1.72 milligrams. GA per gram and the flavonoid was 10.477 plus 1.22 milligrams. GA and the antioxidant ability was moderate and that was acidity value of 180.615. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other question? Okay, I have one question. Yeah? Just for some explanation. It's good, very good presentation, and moringa leaf is becoming famous nowadays. Okay, so what is in a normal terms so that everybody understand what is the benefits of this moringa leaf based on your analysis?
Moringa is very good and can be beneficial in our in human body. Actually, some diseases we can provide prevention from this moringa leaves, such as cardiovascular disease, anti-cancer, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, ulcers, kidney disease.
So when we cook this leaf, these properties still remain there?
Yeah, because when we extract it, the whole we boil in the sanitation. So I think.
So the properties will remain. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Okay, can we have the next presenter?
See Ramadan.
Background: during the past 2 decades, autism spectrum disorder prevalence estimate of children aged years from the autism and developmental disabilities monitoring network has increased marked 1 in 150 per children with SD often exhibit repetitive behavior, self-injuries, conduct, and social issues that may be and may make it difficult for them to communicate, express themselves, and engage with others. This condition makes parents of children with autism, especially mother, experience more parental stress compared to mother to typical children. The aim of this research was to discuss the relationship between social support research to mother to of children with autism and parental stress. Subject and method in this research is professional study conducted in Indonesia. A data sample is 43 mother of children with autism and special school for autism. The independent variable includes social support. Independent variable was parental stress. The data were collected by questionnaire and analysis using this data. The result of univariate analysis, we found of the most of the parents have low level of stress, uh, 51%, and the moderate level is 48%. Next, the univariate for social support. Variable is most parents have good social support 54%, and moderate social support 45%. And bivariate analysis, we found that the cognitive correction is we have a p-value of 0.022, and this question is in this results of this significant negative correlation between social support and parental stress, we found if we evaluate 0.022, and this means the higher the social support that mother and of children with autism receive in their community and the lower parental stress. These studies found that higher the social support received by mother associated with lower parental stress level. And the conclusion in this research is there is a relationship between social support and parental stress mother of children with autism. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for the presentation. Okay, so now we open the floor for any questions. Yes. May you introduce yourself and ask questions. Eh?
I'm Supriyathin. I'm interested with your research about pediatric autism. In this, what is character for autistic children in by your research, and so much stress and parents for get autism? Oh.
In the autistic children is if a mother have children with autism, this mother is specially because children must have development problem. Is different between the child normally. The autistic children have development problem exhibit repetitive behavior, self-injurious conduct, and then social issue, difficult communicate and express themselves, and difficult to socialize. If the mother have children with autism, so we have to many times and many energy to parenting autistic children.
Okay, then I'll see your questions. Okay. Any other questions? What kind of social supports they receive?
Social support and can we give to the mother have the social support money, social support
uh, help these mothers to parenting the autistic children, because the autistic children is very different development between normally children. Okay, thank you for the answer. Thank you for the presentation. Next, we will have presentation from Ms. Supriyatin with the title of Development and Usability of a Mobile Application on Self-Directed Learning of Massage Therapy. Okay, is the presenter here?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. I'm Supriyatin on behalf of our team, pharmacists and scientists on of Dr. Biologists also and Dr. Assistant Teacher. We would like to mention our work with the digital development and usability of a mobile application on self-direct learning of massage therapy. The presentation consists of the table content. First, introduction. Second, method. Third, this result, and for discussion, and with some conclusion. So let's begin from the introduction first. Robert White, White or LBW is a major health concern in Indonesia. Since it's the leading cause of newborn death, the prevalence of LBW in Indonesia was 6% in 2020. According to the Indonesian Basic Health Research Survey et al. 2021. LBW is characterized by a birth weight that falls below uh, to um, 2,500 grams as defined by the World Health Organization in 2020. The main factors contribute to LBW include intrauterine growth, retardation or IUGR, being small to gestational age SGA, or a combination of both. Logan and all 2020 19. LBW implies the vulnerable to long-term chronic conditions like cardiovascular disease and diabetes later in life. The message is from a Belgian couch between parents and the children inform the use of their skin. Infant massage has been known to have numerous benefits including weight gain promotion, reduce jaundice, pain alleviation, exchange electrodes, and prevent of postpartum depression in mother. Quantitative students midway have found that this affect our primary benefits and influences also increase the mental well-being of mothers and reduce feeling of worry, despair, and stress. The exam parent baby massage skill appropriate learning media such as baby doll media, leaflet, models, and video can be provided. Video media has advantages as learning medium such as the attention, effective function, and cognitive and compensatory function. The previous study developed baby massage training application for parents collaborating with a nurse or midwife. However, development and novelty are needed to make it easier and more efficient for parents. As media has very effective in increasing knowledge, this research made to document the development and usability testing stage of a mobile application of self-direct learning of massage therapy. The method uh, application development, the web API and HTTP hypertext protocol will use Google to server and client design the application system in JSON. My SQL was used to set up the site. The client setup was done by an Android application that used an Android SDK. Smartphone operating system today have very limits, right, that make it hard to application to access of user data. That means that
Stop.
applicants
Can you complete your presentation, please?
this purpose, based on the result of the usability test, it was determined that prototype application was very user-friendly while providing high level of effectiveness, efficient, and satisfaction. Mobile health technology has potential is to improve the efficiency of clinical therapy for the prevention of low birth weight. This technology also enables nurses to better manage their health by providing them with more access to information and reduce the amount of paper they have to do. The purpose of the application is to provide a new source of health education and to provide a framework for the development of ancient mobile application for parents to use and the prevention of low birth weight. In addition to this, it offers parents opportunity to learn about health issues. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you very much for a beautiful presentation. Any questions from the audience?
My name is Ayani from Indonesia. I want to know you what are the advantages of this application of other applications?
Yes, thank you for your question. Many attendees for this application, yeah, application this the first video tutorial and maybe message can you improve writing skill and training. So in this application, can you doing not a mother, but a father can do for massage. And the benefit of daily massage, the motivation to practice in Indonesia, and the massage instruction in speaker provide instruction and starting and preparing daily massage. And reminder system include in their application. And there is follow parents to not after massage is monitoring as well as in their application.
I have one suggestion. Can you put a title? Okay, so when when you all write a title, ensure your title is enough information. Because if you see this title, it doesn't show the massage therapy is for the low weight baby, right? Okay, and also who is the population? Who's your sample in your study?
Study is parent one have a parent have a baby uh, 0 until
Means your population here is parents.
parents. Yes.
Okay, does it shows in the title? Can you see the title?
This
Yeah.
is it?
You have to put it in the title. Who is your population? Okay, so and what is the, who is the population and what is the actual intervention is learning massage therapy for who? Okay, otherwise the title is like hanging. We don't know what actually. I was wondering what massage therapy you're talking. Massage therapy has many types of massage, right? Okay, and who are you teaching? Healthcare professional, parents.
Professional expert.
Okay, so you have to put it there in the title. Yeah,
Yes.
right? Okay, thank you.
So we go to the next speaker. The next speaker, thank you everyone. So the next presenter will be one. Okay. So she will be presenting on the study to evaluate the academic performance of university students and their parents' socio-economic status in China.
Good morning, professors. Good morning, everyone. My name is Gabriel Yang, a PhD student in education. The title of my paper is the study to evaluate the academic performance of university students and their parents' socioeconomic status in China. Abstract. The present study aims to find the relationship between parents, SCS, and students' academic performance in China. A correlational design was applied with potency sampling. It has been observed that students from the high SCS category have access to academic resources and that it will improve their performance. However, the research is not without its limitations. It includes limited scope of sample and possible biases. Introduction. According to Xu and other scholars, the parents' SCS directly influence the academic performance of university students in China. That difference is how social disparity affects inequality in the achievements of education. Background of the study. SES is an interaction of academic and social elements that influence academic achievement very significantly. In China, the SES disparities spreading throughout rural and urban parts of the country lead towards educational inequalities. More importantly, understanding these gaps has the intent to develop policies aimed at enhancing equity in education and bettering outcomes. Purpose of the research. The study aims to analyze the relationship between university students' academic performance and their parents' SES in China.
They investigate variables like parental education, occupation, and intent to uncover disparities affecting educational success. Literature review. The relationship between academic achievement and SES is diverse. Some students highlight the strong to low correlation. These results are affected by factors such as parental income, education, and family structure. Other studies have been conducted, but there has not been an overall appraisal of these findings. Research questions. The research questions of the study are to determine the socio-economic aspects that are linked to academic success and to examine how a student's socio-economic status affects their academic achievement at a private university. Research methodology. This research utilized the correlational design to examine the relationship between variables without manipulating them. Further, a purposive sampling method was employed to select the student sample. 405 was selected to create a representative sample. Moreover, 20 staff members were selected and interviewed using interviews and surveys. Conceptual framework. The independent variable is composed of factors that shape a student's access to educational resources, learning environments, and opportunities. On the other hand, the dependent variable defines students' ability to achieve educational objectives and perform well in their academic discussion. The study confirms the strong link between higher SES and better academic performance, highlighting the importance of education resources and opportunities. Last part. Conclusion. In conclusion, this study highlights the impact of parents' SES on the academic performance of university students in China. Consequently, it has determined the exciting disparities in educational outcomes to inform policies that reduce education inequalities. Despite these insights, the study has various limitations due to limited data scope and potential biasness from students' view. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. So, any question from the audience? Okay, yes.
Thank you for your presentation. I have two questions. The first question is what is your research method? The first one, research method.
I use questionnaire and interviews. For example, purposive sampling method was employed to select the study sample. 405 was selected to create a representative sample. Moreover, 20 staff members were selected and interviewed using interviews and surveys.
Okay, thank you. The second question, what is the purpose of your research? Purpose, yes.
The study aims to analyze the relationship between university students' academic performance and their parents, SES.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Wang Yuan. Just one question from me. So I observed that you are talking about SES. When your research questions, I saw you were also talking about gender and also income. Gender, the effect of gender. So how does that relate to your study? talked about gender. Yeah. But you only talked about SCS. Your research is
ICHAS is academic of what ICHAS is parents, social economic.
I know so but you also mentioned gender in your research question. So how is that related to your study?
So sorry, I can't understand. Thank you.
The next speaker is Farida Kasmovi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Director Person and all delegates. My name is Asmawati and I want to explain about my title, Determinants of Attention Deficit and Hyperactivity Disorder in Children at the Capital Center for Children, Growth and Development at Ciputat Subdistrict South Alura. So, the introduction, we found that the prevalence of children with ADHD in the world is about 7.2% of the total population. Around 100 to 29 million children with ADHD in 2015 by 2023. But in Indonesia, the prevalence of ADHD increased annually by 2.4%, especially in elementary school students, near 2023. So, we know that ADHD is a medical condition where a person with ADHD has difference in brain development and brain activity that can affect attention, the ability to sit still and self-control. ADHD can affect a child at school or at home or especially in social interactions. ADHD caused by disturbance in neuroanatomy, neurophysiology, regulation of neurotransmitters such as dopamine and norepinephrine. This condition makes it difficult for children to focus attention, behave impulsively or hyperactively. CDC 2021. So, found from ANISA 2020, state that a number of factors are contribute to ADHD. They are genetics, environmental factors such as exposure to scary smokes, gadget use, parenting pattern, and low birth weight condition. Uh, Families with a history of ADHD are considerably higher risk of having children with the same condition. Of the environmental factor that contributes to the prevalence of ADHD is the pervasive use of digital devices, such as smartphones. The excessive use of a smartphone has been demonstrated to affect the levels of neurotransmitters, specifically serotonin and dopamine. Exposure to the cigarette smoke or tobacco product is significant contributing factors to ADHD. Finding of Abdel, there is notable correlation between ADHD in the examined pediatric population exposure. Of the 70 children diagnosed with ADHD, around 88.6% reported exposure to cigarette smoke at home, and paucity of parental attention can precipitate an increase in dopamine and norepinephrine in children, which is a principal factor in the etiology of ADHD. And also, the low birth weight infants may experience behavioral and emotional problems. The lower the birth weight of the children with the history of lower weight, the higher the probability of ADHD. So depends the background. The objective of the study is the purpose is to determine the relationship of genetic history, digits, cigarette smoke exposure, parenting pattern, and lower weight with ADHD. So these methods of this study, I use quantitative methods with cross-sectional research design. The population in the study were children who visited the Therapeutic Children Growth and Development Center. Based on the data of medical record, patient who come in the clinic was 52 children. So the sample, I use the total sampling because there are numerous children coming into the clinic. So the result, I found that frequency of respondent from mothers in the age of 33 until 37, there are 23 respondents, around 44.2%. And the age of the children, most of them are in age 3. There are 20 respondents, around 38.5%. And the level of education on respondents' mother, most of them are bachelor degree, 48 respondents, for 92.3%. And the occupation there in the mothers are not working, they are 28 or 53.8%. And transgender, most of them are male, 44 respondents, and in the detection of ADHD is 41%.
Please complete your presentation. Thank you.
And most of them are no hereditary history and in a mild prevalency of agent addiction, not exposed in cigarette smoke exposure, and parenting practice in democratic patterns. So the multivariate, we can see that all have correlation, and the multivariate, we have all in we can see the exponent B with the value more than 2, so the genetic engagement and exposure of cigarette smoke have very significant with the ADHD. So that's I want to explain. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Ms. Frida Sumawati, is there any questions from the audience? Okay, please proceed.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, Miss, based on your result of the research about ADHD, multivariate, dominant factor is legend, etc. So, what is your suggestion for the next?
Okay, thank you. Good question. From the conclusion that we have, gauges and cigarette are one of the environmental factors. So, as a parents, we have to watching or observe our children. So with the detection of parenting patterns, so we can know what the growth of our children. So if we have detection of difference of our children, so we can take into the clinic, so we can know how the diagnosis of our children. Maybe my answer.
Any other questions? Okay, I have questions. Okay, so what do you suggest based on your findings? Okay, on the screening for the attention deficits and hyperactivities among children? Screening.
sorry, this for the screening. We should take our children when we found that the children have one of sign of abnormality of the development, so we can consultation with the professional, maybe professional doctor, so we can have to from the screening we can uh, do therapeutic for the children, so can be uh, prepare the abnormality.
Is the screening for what the attention deficit is a normal practice in our growth clinics? Is it a normal practice to screen all children for attention deficit?
No, the clinic is only receive the children with the ADHD diagnosis.
Okay, so maybe your implication, you should recommend to do attention deficit screening in all normal child clinics. Okay, so that we can determine early. Right? Second thing is parents need to be educated about these symptoms. If they do not know about it, how do they want to determine early and how do they want to seek for helps early?
Maybe berkaitan COVID the elementary school, so the parents have a report from the teacher, so the parents knowing the difference of their children.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for the presentation. So we will have the next presenter, Noraini Husna, with the title of The Impact of ICHAS Implementation on Nursing Handover Quality and Patient Satisfaction Improvement at the Ramapan Regional Public Hospital. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning to all. Thank you very much so much. My person, Dr. Idris and Dr. Vimala. Thank you for the opportunity today. I the title this topic is the impact of respiratory implementation on nursing handover quality and patient satisfaction involvement and regional public hospital. The background of the research, effective communication among healthcare professionals is crucial for minimizing medical error and improving patient safety and hospital service quality. Regarding hospital service quality, patient satisfaction is important for adjusting the quality of healthcare unit. The background of the research, based on the result of interview with several nurses at the Pariaman Regional Public Hospital, it is known that the current condition of nursing service might still rely on traditional methods during the handover, involving oral communication or a written note that could be stable to interpretation error, information loss, or potential negligence that could threaten patient safety. There is gap in the use format for instance, where currently the majority of hospital environments still utilize conventional paper-based format for safe handover.
This format has several drawbacks, such as being easily misplaced, lacking structure, and easily as a cyber. It is correct. The make is the make it easier for nurse to carry out seven over one of which is using this option. The objective of the study, this study aims to evaluate the impact of each battery implementation on nursing safe handover, quality and patient satisfaction, and variable regional public health. The method is research. The study employs a quantitative method with a quasi-experiment design using apprentice and process proof. This design was chosen to evaluate the effectiveness of the battery tool implementation in nursing handover on handover quality and patient satisfaction. The method is research. The sample consists of 120 question selected from proof of sampling. The sample was two groups, 64 for the experimental group and 64 for the control group conventional handover. Nurses were trained to use this battery for 3 months. The research instrument this study used qualitative instrument developed by expert Sepulveda and al. This instrument consists of format is mentioned, patient involvement in the handover process, clarity and complete on information conveyed, and the use of a standardized communication tool and sacrifice time to question and clarification. Uh, the data analysis technique. The data analysis in this study employ a comprehensive statistic approach to measure the quality of nursing handover, patient satisfaction, and the impact of using ISBAR 32 on this research. For the nurse handover quality variable, the analysis of a significant difference between group using ISBAR 32 and those not using. This result for the about variable, the interval for the ISBAR group and the conventional group are distinct and do not overlap, highlighting a clear and concise difference between the two methods. The statistical evidence strengthened the practical relevance of using this battery in clinical practice. The conclusion, my research, the implementation of its battery tool in the nursing handover process have been proven to have significant and positive impact on handover quality and patient satisfaction in the hospital. This recent substantial improvement compared to conventional handover method as evidenced by the significant marks difference between the isolated group and the control group for the variable. These findings are present the importance of structural communication in healthcare and demonstrate that this project is highlight effective tool for improving care quality of patients. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wright. Any questions from the audience? Introduce yourself and proceed with the question.
My name is Mahar. I want to ask you, this is an interesting topic, but can you explain again about concept handover with ISBAR 3? Explain again, please.
Good question. Thank you, Miss. The advisory concept is a communication tool can help to facilitate effective communication in the handover, between your other or member
of the interpersonal healthcare when communication information about the client or during handover. It provides a framework so that communication is focused, concise, and complete.
Thank you. Just a suggestion. Yeah. I'll ask a question for you, but before that, so I observed that you didn't put any like inclusion criteria for your subjects. So maybe try to include the right of and subsequent presentation. It's very important. Okay.
Thank you. I have another question. Questions or suggestions for you. Eh? So when you present some things like what is ISBA, like what your friend Pauline asked question, you have to introduce first what is ISBA. Okay? And also briefly you need to mention about the intervention. How do you carry that out? Right? That's what people want to know. Okay, second thing is that you measure the nursing handover quality. How do you measure the nurse handover quality? Quality cup, quality health cup, and quality card and satisfaction, and the communication effective. This handover, safe handover, nursing, consists in introduction, situation, background, assessment, recommendation, risk. Consists of. So how do you measure? What tool you use to measure the handover quality? Yes. From implementation handover, from before conventional and revision, and this consists spreadsheet. Yeah, but what tool you use, what instrument you use to measure quality? From GCI, joint communication. Okay, so you measure the nurses, outcome on the nurses. Yes. Okay, so there should be some instrument that you use. Yes. Okay, so you have to share that instrument. And also what instrument you use to measure patient. How do the patient picture comes into this SBAR? Because this SBAR is for nurses to pass over. Okay, so how do you relate that to the patient satisfaction? Okay, so that part is not clear from your presentation. Right? Okay, thank you. I think time's up already. So if you have any questions, you can personally approach the presenters to ask. Yeah. Thank you.
The next presenter is Chan No. Okay, Mr. Chani will be presenting on the availability of viral emergency severity index and clearly trying to study determine the patient's emergency. So you have 5 minutes. Yeah.
Good morning, Dr. Kumala. Good morning, Dr. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm from the University of Semarang. Today, the education my study. The title is the validity and reliability to instrument rehearsal. The name is Emergency Support Index and Sanitary System. This terminology is from my study. The name is Hanif. So the name of the class is Hanif class. Why I got them study? Because in emergency medical treatment, focus the challenge due to the emergency and preventable emergency. In hospital, a lot of patients admit the hospital and had high risk to the overcrowding and it is must be short based on the level of the emergency. So a lot of the instrument triage existing now in the world. Yeah. In Indonesia, we have a lot of the instrument. For example, is emergency severity index, American triage system or triage system, and then another one is the PACS, yeah, patient accredited to Singapore, and also the Canadian triage scale. But in Indonesia, we didn't have the model triage that can be used to sort out of the patient. So based on the study, I tried to develop and I have the one instrument triage, the name is triage system. We try to test whether what the instrument is has high have high relativity and validity or not in the hospital. Yeah. The study method is using the cross-sectional survey to describe and compare the validity and reliability of AC and CTS triage instrument. The number of sample, the total samples is 150 subjects, yeah, consists of 3 hospitals in Semarang, Indonesia, in Dr. Kardi Hospital, in Tukur Hospital, and also in Malaysia Hospital. The data collection based on the instrument, we try to compare between the validity and validity based on the indicators for instruments, and we analyze using the memory test. This one for the each indicator for emergency severity index, that for the urgency, a lot of the emergency index have high urgency until 66%, and for the number of patient request resources more than 2. And then for the indicator in antivirus system, we have based on the response time and disruption of ICU minutes from the Maslow. Yeah. So for these indicators, yeah, based on the response time is the most of the patient have response time less than 10 minutes, and part of the patient have dissolution in the fluid and electrolytes. And then for the validity, both instrument emergency severity index and antivirus system more than are tabel. So all of the instruments, both validity of the instrument AC and CTS has valid. And then for the reliability also, both emergency severity index and antivirus system have high reliability more than 105. So all of the instrument is valid and reliable to sort of the patient in emergency department.